It's hot out here.
Hey man.
It's hot out here.
Yeah, but it's not only the weather. The girls too. Girls too.
Back at it like a bad habit. It's the Freed Media Podcast with myself, Ophinim July the 1st, and I got my boy here. What up, G?
Well, man, I'm nice.
Introduce yourself, bro.
To the viewers, Dintang Fede Gunjani, Kim Fanagasi. They call me High Def, but my full name is Ishmael Mohammed Ratsalani. I'm a songwriter, producer, and I'm a big brother to many here where I'm from. Yeah.
So what's the inspiration behind the name High Def?
It was my addiction to define things. You know, it's like when you look at people like your Mr. LaRue, white man. I mean, he produces music, but mostly for black people. You know, so we credit him for Mandoza. You know, he defined a certain type of kwaito. So that's where the name comes from. A higher definition of, got a higher spot to define things.
Wow, that's deep, know, bro. That's deep.
So it had nothing to do with like smoking or getting high.
Yeah.
You know, but it always had to do with how you define things. You know, is it a point where you define things regularly, like it's what is love? Love is this. You know, it's never, because things can never mean the same thing to you.
Yeah, true.
You know?
True.
So it was basically that. How to define something better. And focusing on defining it. Not only alone, it could be with people.
True.
But a higher spot to define something.
So since we're in the subject of defining things, how would you define music? What's music to you?
Music, I feel like music to me is the only way I can live. You know, I can be alive. You know, because there are some things you cannot say
musically. Oh, in
no, like in words.
Everyday life, yeah.
You know, like I firstly started off as a rapper. Now you look at hip hop. Hip hop is built upon a rebel attitude. So when you're in hip hop, there are certain things that you can't do, that you cannot say proper. You know, like this thing, yeah. I wouldn't say it's Tupac, but it's us people saying money over, you know.
Right.
That's a hip hop thing. So it's that. It's that to me. It's I can heal with it. I can define what I see. Music is basically who I am. You know, it's a way of life.
How would you define your style of music, your beats? You say you're a beat maker.
Yeah. I'm mostly I'm addicted to sound. When I say I'm addicted to sound, is I'm addicted to how things feel. You know, so I mix a whole lot of old sounds. Like when I say old sounds, I'm talking about your Nana Koyete, your who are those ladies on that Casper song?
Modella Queens.
Yeah. So I use a whole lot of old sound to interpret the current sound, the new things that connects to the new kids and the new adults. Because remember this, we were the kids. Now we are the adults. You know, so my sound mostly comes from that. So African, in short, how would I describe my sound? African, nostalgic, and full of feeling. Yeah.
Okay, so I see you have your own setup here.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a home studio.
Yeah.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah. This is where I hope to redefine how people express themselves. Because when you look at music that our parents used to listen to, it was basically around what is happening around them then and now.
True.
You know, so you would have songs like turn off the lights, light a candle. Now you don't have love songs or things expressed in that way. Things now derive from pain, from, it's like your best artists now who are rapping about depression, dying. You know, you look at Juice WRLD, you look at Lil Uzi Vert, that's what they thrive on.
But isn't it like you said that our parents were singing about what they were struggling with back then? Now, as the new generation, this is what we are struggling with.
Not necessarily that. People back in the day would talk about sex and they don't have to say it up straight.
So, wouldn't you say that it is as you said, that our parents used to sing about what was happening back then, their struggles and stuff like that? And so the now artists that are coming up are singing about things that they are struggling with. Depression, you know, things like that.
It's not really about you don't struggle every day. You don't struggle every second. So how do you stay true to yourself? You know, we're in a space where as a man, as a black man in South Africa, you cannot play victim. You can't say, if your wife beats you up, you can't say anything. You can say something, but it's a longer process. You know, so there are other things, you know.
Like what?
It's like there's a lot of things to speak about. Firstly, I'm black, I'm a Muslim, Kemokas. You know, I don't see things the same versus an Indian guy who's Muslim, lives in Lodium. his parents will get a girl for him to marry. I'll have to hit the streets and look for myself.
But most of them are not even happy about the partners that the parents pick. You would find.
Thing is, for Indians, for people in certain environments, it works.
Wouldn't you say that maybe it's the parents who were who planned ahead, for instance, to have a baby and saved for their baby, you know, for education, for things like that?
No, it's a social thing.
How so?
Like, how should I say this? When I say it's a social thing, it's like when you're from the hood, you go to a rich family. There are certain things you're not used to doing, no matter what. You're not used to having a maid that does everything, really everything. Not like clean there or help out mom, as we said in the hood, but 100% butler mode. People like that don't interpret the same things like you. I'm from the hood. Certain things I wouldn't do them in a certain way. Each and every form. Where you are now, the hood, there are things where they don't fit because it's the hood. Simple things. All hoods have ShopRite, but there's no hood you know that has Checkers. They're from the same company, but they don't sell the same thing. And it's not about racism. Where we are here, not a lot of people would enjoy sushi. Mara, they would enjoy Afcop. You know?
True.
Not a lot of people use the internet cafe like it's town. There's only few places in South Africa where someone can be born there and get rich there. Like, so it's your environment shapes you.
So you think that's why, as you say, your environment. I want us to take it back to the music, how it influences the music you make as an artist, right?
Yeah.
You say, what if my environment as an artist makes me anxious, makes me to be depressed, and I sing about those things?
Okay. Do you drink lean?
I don't.
Do you listen to Run DMC?
Not that much.
Do you smoke weed?
No.
So those are things that because Aramo states there are certain things I need to do to relate to you.
But you can relate to my pain.
I can relate to your pain, but we don't all lose mothers. We don't all feel like we wanna die. But we all have fell in love. We all grow.
So you are definitely not for artists who sing about those things, about anxiety and depression and suicide.
Here's the thing: everybody has a certain level of depression, but you can't be super rich and act like you are as unhappy as a hobo.
But it is said that money doesn't buy happiness. It can buy you things.
Most people that say that are broke. Certain things you cannot say because you don't have them. Say them when you have them. say them when you have them.
Okay, I hear you. Let's go back to the music because I kind of feel like we went that way. How many? Do you have any tapes, any albums that you have?
Funny thing is, I've always had a problem where I make a project,
Yeah.
and then while looking for placements, people get inspired more of what I do for myself than what I can do for them. So most times tapes that I have to take out, I find that Stogie likes them, he wants them. I find that people like Benny Afro wants them. I find like
Do they like the
Kid wants
beats
them.
or the songs or?
It's like I inspire them. So they take the inspiration the way it is and they interpret it into something that they want.
Do they pay you though?
Of course. I mean, it's there are choices on how you get paid.
Okay.
You know, you can take your cash now, or you can take royalties.
True.
The difference between that is royalties don't stop coming depending on who you worked for or with.
True.
You know, but cash stops because they give you money. They are taking it off of your hands. Music is the type of business where you can't say someone has to pay you. You have to find a way to get your money. You know, so it's a choice how you wanna get paid, because you don't need to work with these celebrities to make a living. You don't. You know, I still have friends that pay rent selling loops, not even beats, online. So as far as payment, it depends how smart you are.
Yeah. So you are more into royalties. You
I'm
sell
more-
your should I say music rights?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because music is the only thing. It's one of the only things whereby you cannot really predict where things go. You know, like 50 Cent has a video with 1 billion views. What happens over time?
With music.
Yeah, like you find people like Sci-Hi, the Prince. He's never dropped an album, but he has the same amount of money as your big artist. You know, because of his contribution to the game, which is he comes in the studio, he sets your vibe and he pushes you. You get the correct sound. I mean, even people don't even know that he's in sicko mode. Like he's one of the writers of that thing.
So currently are you gonna put out any new music? Any songs or videos?
Oh yes, of course. I have 2 singles that I have to drop. I'm mostly focused on explaining. Or you remember that Black Panther movie? They will show you how advanced America is, but to show you how Africa is advanced. So it's just that creating a mark in local culture. Yeah.
So I suppose your music is on your socials, right?
Yeah, I have music on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer.
The same name, High Def. all the way.
Yeah, same name, High Def, but you can check me out on Instagram. That's how you get my music.
Okay.
You know, it's much easier. I have a link there. It's high def it's high def /SA.
High Def /SA. Facebook.
Facebook, it's Ishnitu. That is ISHTZ. What ish? No, it's IH. Oh my God, Ishnitu. ISHNITZO.
Same goes with Twitter.
Twitter is Snowlick, like SONOWLICK. But I don't use it as much as Instagram because I post direct content.
So anybody that wants to work with you should come to your Insta page.
Yeah, it's much easier there.
Okay. Any shout outs, bro?
Like to shout out to my homeboy Cocaine Beats. Like to shout out to, of course, my girl. Made it all possible. Inspiration and stuff.
Dope.
I'd like to thank my friends, you know, people like Eugene. I cannot spell this nigga's name, but he's my boy. I'd like to thank my mom, you know, for that 9 months. I wouldn't be here.
True.
You know.
True.
Thanks to y'all also giving me an opportunity.
Straight up.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of shout outs. I don't want to go overboard.
Just the important ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I missed anyone, I'm too faded to remember. Guys, I'm too faded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fam. Thank you very much.
Hola.
It was an honor to come all the way to Pretoria. It's hot out here.
Hey, man.
It's hot out here.
Yeah, but it's not only the weather. The girls too. Girls too.
All right, yo. Peace out.
Yeah, well.